checking again. Do we have permission to record this interview? Perfect. And can you tell me your name, please?
My name is Aileen Kroll.
Awesome. And can I ask what brought you out here today? I know you wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm so happy to be here. It was sort of serendipity. I live in awesome Greenbelt, Maryland, and I ran the 5K park run in College Park, and then I heard about this, and I had never been to this area before, and so I had the beautiful bike ride down from College Park, and oh my God, is it amazing. I love discovering new areas, new energy, new experiences, and so this has just expanded my joy and excitement about this area.
Yeah, so as someone who this is like your first time in Anacostia, what were some of your impressions coming here so far?
Well, other than having to get past all the police presence, so other than the Trumpian interventions, the rest of it has just been joyful and gorgeous, and the river is gorgeous, and the people are welcoming, and the area is perfect for biking, and the weather is perfect. So I hope there's a huge turnout because there's just such diversity of food and music and crafts and community organizations and ages and cultures and ethnicities and everything. So yeah, it's just been joyful.
Awesome. And you said you're from Greenbelt?
Yes.
Awesome. How long have you lived in Greenbelt?
A little over 10 years.
Okay. So a lot of the times in our interviews, we kind of ask people about, like the places in the DMV they live and how they've kind of seen them change, what their impressions are. Are there any ways that you feel like Greenbelt, Maryland has changed, like since you've been living there?
Actually, what we do in Greenbelt, Maryland is do everything we can to keep it from changing. We want to make sure that it stays true to its original mission of being focused on community, social justice. It was founded to be cooperative, and since 1937 we have maintained that. So yeah, we are very much focused on not having it become something other than what it is. So we are proud to be exactly what we are.
Can you talk a little bit more about that history, about how Greenbelt was founded and the cooperative history of it?
Yeah. Eleanor Roosevelt had a lot to do with our founding. It was founded during the Depression, so it was a project designed to provide housing for federal workers who had no place to live that was remotely decent. So the area of Greenbelt that I live in was created by the federal government to provide housing for people who worked for the federal government. And because it was the 1930s, it also had all the drawbacks of being the 1930s, which is to say women who lived there could not work outside the home, which is to say you get to work but you don't get paid. No one of color could live there, so you could and did participate in the building of it, but you weren't allowed to live there, in spite of the fact that Eleanor Roosevelt worked very hard to get that to change, but even the First Lady didn't have any power in that. So other than those two major dings, it was designed and continues to be designed for pedestrians, and we have overpasses for bikers so that you don't ever have to be on the street. And the housing co-op was designed to make sure it was affordable and focused on bringing people together. So it's very community oriented, and it's the most unique, extraordinary, utopian experience I've ever had.
Are you involved in some of this like community building and participation in Greenbelt? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, I'm involved in a lot of parts of Greenbelt. I'm involved with helping the New Deal Cafe, which is a cafe run by volunteers. So much of Greenbelt is run by volunteers. I'm involved in the Greenbelt Time Bank, so I help people repair and get involved in biking, and help with legal issues, help with moving heavy objects, I mean, just all kinds of things. I volunteer with the College Park Run. There's endless opportunities to be engaged, and yeah, it's a community like no other.
That's really cool. Is there anything kind of new happening there that you're really excited about, or any new projects?
Well, right now, the Greenbelt supermarket, which is run by somebody who lives in old Greenbelt and who started the Greenbelt Hunk situation, which is a funky outdoor music, perhaps I'd call it a band, I don't know quite what we'd call it, costumes and everything. We're very big on festivals and outdoor music festivals and art festivals. They are interested in having their space become even more part of the community, so they've asked the co-op that's called GHI, that owns the townhomes in Greenbelt, to work with them to buy the land, the buildings. So that's currently under discussion to see if two co-ops can come together to work together to be a mighty co-op. So yeah, there's lots of things underfoot that are under consideration to make what's awesome possibly even more so.
That is really cool. Are there any hopes you have for the future of Greenbelt, or things you'd like to see?
I want to see it not change in that I want to keep the trees. So we've had developers come in who want to put up high-rise luxury apartments, and the community rises en masse and says hell no. So we're an unusual community that fights against getting more of a property tax base, because we want trees and we want things to be local and we want it to be healthy and we want it to be affordable and we want it to not become something other than what it was designed to be, because the original design was and is awesome. And especially during these very painful, tumultuous times, this concept is one that brings people together instead of tearing people apart. And at the New Dale Cafe, we've got musicians who work for free. We just have tin cans on the tables, people give donations, and a few weeks ago we had a big concert where people donated their time to make an album to support the ACLU in their efforts to try to fight the Trumpian dictatorship. So yeah, that's what Greenbelt's about.
That's awesome. That's all the questions I had, but was there anything else you'd like to share while you have the opportunity, or anything I didn't ask that we can talk about?
I am so happy to be here today as an extension of all the good things that the DMV has to offer, and I hope more and more people become aware of all the wondrous things that DMV has to offer during this time when people are in so much pain and heartbreak. Thank you.